Yannick Sinner has the best backhand that I have ever seen, and so in today's video I want to show you how I helped David improve his two-handed backhand by showing him Sinner's backhand and then going into some mechanical changes. So let's start with this here. At the beginning of the swing, Yannick stays relatively close to the body. If you look at this right here, his hands are right there. That's very important nowadays because the game has gotten so fast. If we look at this, David's hands are too far away from the body. This does not add power and it costs time, which you don't have. And that's one of the reasons Sinner can stay so close to the baseline. And from there, it's also harder for David to get fully on the inside or close to the body, as we call that. If we look at his right arm here, you can see this, and there's a little bit of a gap to his body. Let's have a look here at Yannick Sinner, okay? Look at this right here. The arm is fully straight and very close to the body. Why is this important? This allows him to have a longer acceleration path to contact. He swings inside out on this line to contact, and David was swinging inside out to contact on this line on a shorter acceleration path. And so that's another reason why we wanted to make these changes.
So here's David's backhand about an hour or two later, and if we compare this, we see that it's a lot more similar. The take back looks a lot more similar. We can compare that here. So the hands are approximately the same distance from the body here on the take back. And from there, it's easier to get close on the inside. Have a look at this right here. 1 second. Okay, here we are. So you can see David's arm is now also straight and very close to the body, more on the inside. Not 100% yet where Sinner is, but much closer. And then from here, he can swing inside out. He now has more distance to the ball compared to before. Sinner is even a little bit better here, and that's something David can still improve a little bit. When working on technique, it's always critical to focus on one or two elements at a time, not more. It depends a little bit on the player. So with David, we worked on 2 elements. Now the next element that we're going to work on tomorrow is getting rid of his over-rotation. David has always had a tendency to over-rotate on that two-handed backhand. You can see that here. This starts with the movement of the head. He's in a good position now with his eyes in this direction. However, look how the head is turning here around contact. Now his eyes are really forward. And look closely how that back shoulder is around contact here in a good position, but now coming around too much. And that is related to the head turning. Look where his upper body is pointing. Now look at Sinner in comparison. Look at Sinner's head. His eyes are in this direction right now, okay? And look at that. The ball is long gone, and his eyes are still in that direction. His head is still. As a result, his back shoulder doesn't rotate around as much. The rotation stops almost completely just before contact. The arms can fully accelerate, and the arms can now also extend out further to the target. That's why David sometimes has a problem with balls landing short. This over-rotation cuts the extension short. Racket moves a little earlier this way instead of more this way, and then the balls land short. And so if we compare that here, you can see the difference there very clearly. David's upper body is pointing completely in this direction. Sinner's upper body is pointing approximately in this direction. So there's a little bit of over-rotation, turning the head too early, and that's what we're going to focus on next. However, you always have to be careful not to advance too quickly and work on too many technical elements at the same time.